If you think that you can get out of this cycle of life without settling this account or the debt which is on your head, this bamboo was hollow from inside, so he filled all of those gold coins inside the bamboo. So businessman thought something is fishy here. He asked his wife to get the walking stick. Once everything is done, the preparation for food, for the seva and dan dakshina, everything is done. Only after that I'll give you the uh, money for this. Businessman, he went to the Ganga river and he jumped in and gave up his life. As a human being, whatever activities we are doing on a day-to-day basis, we are creating a net for us and we are getting trapped in that net. Whatever behaviors we do to others, some good behaviors, some not so good behaviors, all this is like a debt on our head. The account of this debt we have to settle in our this lifetime before we can get the mukti from this lifetime. If you think that you can get out of this cycle of life without settling this account or the debt which is on your head, it is not possible at all. You have to settle this in your life before you can get out of this cycle. There was a Mahatma in old time, and Mahatma ji used to do puja and bhajan, and he used to get gold coins as dan. Now this Mahatma collected so many gold coins that to keep it safe, he used one bamboo as a support while walking. This bamboo was hollow from inside, so he filled all of those gold coins inside the bamboo and then he screwed it on the top. There was a cap which he screwed it on the top. Now for the normal people, this bamboo will look like a support stick for walking, but inside that stick he had so many of gold coins. Now with this gold he wanted to go to Prayagraj and he wanted to feed the Saint Mahatma, do the dan and get some punya out of this whole activity. With that wish, he started his journey towards Prayagraj, and during that journey at one place it became dark and he needed to sleep. So Mahatma ji went to a nearby village and asked people if there's anybody who can give me the shelter for the night and feed me the dinner. People pointed out one businessman who was a very religious person. He used to do puja and everything, and told Mahatma ji that if you go to his place, you will get the place to sleep tonight and he will also serve you the dinner. So Mahatma ji went to the businessman. Businessman was very happy to see Mahatma ji. He took Mahatma ji inside his house and fed him dinner, and Mahatma ji was very happy with all the things. And after having dinner, Mahatma ji went to sleep. Now businessman noticed that lathi, that walking stick, which was unusually thick. Normal walking sticks are thin and lightweight, but this walking stick was thick and very heavy. So businessman thought something is fishy here. He asked his wife to get the walking stick, and when he observed the walking stick, he found the cap and he unscrewed the cap and he opened it and he saw there were so many gold coins inside it. Now businessman thought, I will keep the gold and I'll put stones which is similar weight to that gold and put this stick back to where it was, so that Mahatma ji cannot figure out that the gold has been taken away. Mahatma ji next day he woke up and he took his walking stick and all his belongings and he started on his journey to Prayagraj. After reaching Prayagraj, Mahatma ji stayed in one lodge and he told the lodge manager his wish to serve food to all the Saint Mahatmas and give him some dan and dakshina. Now manager said, I can do all the arrangements, but I will need some money. If you can give me some money, I will start the preparations. But Mahatma ji told the manager that once everything is done, the preparation for food, for the seva and dan dakshina, everything is done. Only after that I'll give you the money for this. Manager proceeded to complete all the arrangements, and once everything was done, all the Saint Mahatmas had the food, got their dan dakshina and everything. Manager asked Mahatma to give the money. Mahatma ji opened that stick to take out the gold and give it to the manager. He found that there is no gold inside, it's all stones. And immediately he thought to himself, this is the act of the businessman where I spent the night. He must have taken all the gold and filled the stick with the stones. He thought to himself in his heart that this act will not be pardoned, and the businessman will face the consequences of this. And because he did not have money to give the businessman, he went to the Ganga river and he jumped in and gave up his life. On the other side, the businessman was very happy. He had so much money. He invested that money in his business and his business started growing. And with the passing time, he also got a son born in his house. So while the business was growing, he had a son. He was having a very good life. He forgot what he did to the Mahatma Ji. As the time passed, the son became 20-year-old, and at this stage he started to feel sick. With every passing day he became more and more sick, and to treat his sickness, the businessman had to spend quite significant money in the treatment. As the time passed, almost all the money which the businessman had and the property, except the house he was living in, all the money, all the property, everything went into the treatment of his son. There was a time when there was nothing left. The son realized that my father does not have any money left now, so it will not be possible for him to treat my sickness anymore, and I may die very soon. So he told his father that I have a last wish to go to Prayag and feed all the Saint Mahatmas and do the dan dakshina and get some punya out of it. The businessman told the son that we don't have any money left, so I don't know how I am going to fulfill your last wish. The son said that the house we are living in, even this house will be mine after you are gone. So do one thing, you sell this house and fulfill my last wish. The businessman proceeded to sell the house, and the money which he gained from selling the house, with that money he went to Prayagraj along with his son and wife, and he did what his son's last wish was. He fed all the Saint Mahatmas, he gave them dan and dakshinas, and after all of this was done, the son told him that he wished to go to the Ganga river. They all proceeded to Ganga river. While sitting next to the Ganga river, the son told his father, the businessman, that you have committed a sin by stealing from the Mahatma all his gold which he had collected throughout his life. You stole all that gold, and the consequence of that is that today you have no money left, no business left, no property left, and the rest of your life will be spent in the grief of your son's death. There is no bigger grief for the parents than the death of their child. So the consequence of all the sins which he had committed, he was facing his son's death, and he was nothing left in his life. As a human being, we need to make sure that we are not committing any sin, we are not giving any pain to anybody, any other human being or other creature that becomes a debt on our head, which we have to repay later. Without settling our account of all the good and bad we have done throughout our life, we as human being cannot come out of the cycle of life. We have to repay all our debt before we can come out of this cycle. Radhe Radhe.